Todd McFarlane was on top of the world, surrounded by awards, accolades, and millions of dollars to go along with it, but then filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Today we embark on the epic journey through the life and career of one of the most influential figures in comic book history, Todd McFarlane. From his awe-inspiring rise to fame to bankruptcy and his triumphant resurgence, McFarlane's story is nothing short of a superhero saga. But just like our favorite superheroes, to tell this story properly, we need to start with his origin story. Todd McFarlane's journey into the world of comics began at an early age. As a teenager, he immersed himself in the works of comic book legends like John Byrne, Jack Kirby, Frank Miller, and George Perez. Drawing from their inspiration, McFarlane honed his craft, spending countless hours perfecting the visual design of his characters. At just 16, he created his signature comic character, Spawn. I don't think the young McFarlane had any idea the significance of that little comic he had made, but more on that later. McFarlane's high school days were marked by his budding talent as an artist and an unexpected twist of fate. While working as a groundskeeper for the Calgary Cardinals, he met Wanda, the team's Batgirl. Their teenage romance faced opposition, but McFarlane's determination won over Wanda's father. Their relationship flourished, setting the stage for McFarlane's future. But drawing and comics weren't his only passion. After high school, Todd pursued his dream of playing professional baseball, attending Gonzaga University. However, financial constraints led him to Spokane Falls Community College. Despite excelling in fielding, his hitting skills fell short. McFarlane shifted his focus to drawing, attending Eastern Washington University on a baseball scholarship while working part-time as a janitor and at a local comic book store. A serious ankle injury during a game with Washington State shifted McFarlane's focus entirely to his passion for comics. Living in a trailer park with Wanda, he worked at the comic book store and practiced his art late into the night. In 1984, a final attempt to play professional baseball with the Toronto Blue Jays farm team ended with McFarlane ranked last on the roster, closing that chapter on his baseball dreams. Undeterred by setbacks, McFarlane graduated from Eastern Washington University in 1984 with a bachelor's degree. While Wanda finished her degree, McFarlane stayed in Spokane, and together they co-plotted and edited the pages that would introduce the world to Spawn, McFarlane's groundbreaking comic book character. While still in college, McFarlane showcased his determination by sending over 700 submissions to various comic editors. After receiving rejection letters and some constructive criticism, DC Comics' Sal Amendola recognized McFarlane's potential. This led to McFarlane's first comic job, a backup story in Coyote. This pivotal moment paved the way for McFarlane's entry into the comic book industry. McFarlane's artistic prowess gained attention, leading to this 2-year run on DC's Infinity Inc. His journey continued with the last 3 issues of Detective Comics' Batman Year 2 storyline. In 1987, McFarlane then joined Marvel's Incredible Hulk, collaborating with writer Peter David. In 1988, McFarlane's dynamic artistry took center stage when he joined The Amazing Spider-Man. His distinct style, featuring exaggerated poses and intricate web detailing, captured the audience's attention. McFarlane co-created Venom and drew the character's first full appearance, solidifying his status as an industry superstar. McFarlane's work on The Amazing Spider-Man issue 313, for which he was initially paid $700 for, later sold for a staggering $71,200 in 2010. Despite his success, criticism arose about his detailed style, leading to tensions with editorial. McFarlane sought more control and creative freedom. Dissatisfied with editorial constraints, McFarlane left The Amazing Spider-Man in 1990 after a 28-issue run. Marvel, eager to retain him, granted McFarlane his own Spider-Man title. Spider-Man No. 1, released in August 1990, sold 2.5 million copies. However, his writing style and darker storylines sparked controversies with editorial. Nonetheless, his work on The Amazing Spider-Man was revolutionary, redefining the way we perceive superheroes. McFarlane's Spider-Man was dynamic, acrobatic, and filled with intricate details that captured readers worldwide. With success came ambition, and in 1994, McFarlane dove into the world of collectibles with McFarlane Toys. These weren't your average action figures. They were highly detailed and aimed at a mature audience. While the toys gained immense popularity, the venture was not without its challenges. Several of McFarlane's action figures faced backlash and sparked calls for boycotts due to the controversial themes they portrayed. Take for example Death Row Marv, featuring the main character from the graphic novel Sin City in an electric chair. This figure includes a toggle switch that, when flipped, simulates the character's execution, complete with shaking movements and electrifying sounds.
That's the best you can do, you pansies.
The company's Austin Powers action figure also drew criticism not only for its portrayal, but for its risque language found in the sound chips and packaging.
Get in my belly! Come on!
In the face of challenges, McFarlane attempted to maintain a strong public image, projecting an image of calmness, coolness, and control. However, this attempt to appear unfazed would prove to have disastrous consequences. Despite his success, McFarlane harbored an unrelenting desire to be part of Major League sports. His repeated attempts to secure licenses for sport-themed action figures was met with failure. Then came Mark McGwire's record-breaking 70th home run ball, a pivotal moment for McFarlane. In a bold move, McFarlane, willing to go to great lengths, shelled out over $3 million for the baseball at an auction. This extravagant purchase, unprecedented in sports memorabilia at the time, claimed every cent McFarlane had. However, this acquisition wasn't merely a personal indulgence. McFarlane had a strategic plan in mind. After years of being ignored by the sports world, the purchase of a $3 million ball became a catalyst. Suddenly, the sports community wanted to meet the man behind this audacious move. Within 6 months of acquiring the iconic baseball, McFarlane successfully secured licenses to produce action figures for major sports leagues, including the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. He had finally made his mark in the sports business. However, the triumph would come at a cost. Neil Gaiman, observing the media frenzy surrounding McFarlane's $3 million baseball purchase, found the situation excessive. While McFarlane was investing millions in sport acquisitions, negotiations over Gaiman's contractual contributions to the Spawn universe became strained. The clash over what Gaiman was rightfully owed led to an impasse, and the two parties couldn't reach a resolution. In the early 2000s, McFarlane found himself entangled in two significant lawsuits. The first, dating back to 2002, pitted him against the renowned writer Neil Gaiman. The dispute centered around the rights to characters created by Gaiman in Spawn issue number 9 and payment for subsequent works featuring those characters. The jury ruled unanimously in favor of Gaiman, who had initially signed a deal in 1997 exchanging characters like Angela, Medieval Spawn, and Cogliostro for McFarlane's share of Marvel Man. The broken deal led to the lawsuit, and although the exact terms of the settlement were not disclosed, in 2012, Gaiman seemingly retained ownership of Angela, who later became a Marvel Universe character. Another legal tussle involved a rather unexpected adversary. In December 2004, hockey player Tony Twist sued McFarlane for naming a mobster character in Spawn after him. Initially facing a jury's decision of $24.5 million in damages, later reduced to $15 million on appeal, McFarlane eventually settled out of court for about $5 million. Fast forward to 2012, McFarlane found himself in a legal showdown with his former friend and employee Al Simmons, the namesake of Spawn's alter ego. Simmons published a book, The Art of Being Spawn, suggesting that his life inspired the iconic character. McFarlane alleged a violation of employment terms and a breach of loyalty. The lawsuit with Simmons was settled in December 2012, although the details of the agreement remained confidential. It was an unexpected chapter in McFarlane's legal journey, showing that even the most creative minds are not immune to legal entanglements. Todd McFarlane's success was bringing everyone out of the woodwork, and his legal battles were costing him dearly. Facing bankruptcy was undoubtedly a low point, but McFarlane's resilience and determination proved stronger than any setback. Between legal battles, soaring legal fees, and dwindling sales of Spawn, McFarlane Productions found itself in a tough spot, leading to the declaration of Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But McFarlane's story doesn't stop here. Instead of closing shop and returning to Marvel, he continues publishing Spawn month after month. The question is, why? What keeps McFarlane fighting through adversity? The real secret lies in something he's always cherished: his family. Despite Spawn facing challenges and declining readership, McFarlane presses on, driven by his unwavering support of his wife, Wanda, and his competitive spirit. It's not just about the comic, it's about providing for his family, just like when he was trying to break into the industry while living in a trailer. Wanda's belief in McFarlane never wavers, even during the 15 years when Spawn struggled to find its audience. Fast forward to 2019, a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11 reignites interest in Spawn, introducing a new generation to the character. In 2020, Spawn 300 became the second best-selling comic of that year. McFarlane's Kickstarter to remaster the first Spawn toy raises an outstanding $3.5 million, signaling a shift in his fortunes. In 2021, a Spawn comic reclaims its title as the best-selling comic of the year for the first time since 1992. McFarlane's resilience and Wanda's enduring support prove instrumental in the series' enduring success. Todd McFarlane stands today as a testament to the power of reinvention and perseverance. His journey serves as an inspiration to creators facing adversity, the inevitable setbacks, and showing that these setbacks can pave the way for comebacks.